Hey, good evening, everyone. Boom. All right. There are 9 root causes on why today your body is having inflammation that is also affecting how you're losing weight, how you're becoming stronger, fitter, and healthier. So these are the 9 culprits. We're not going to address all 9 of these. We're going to address 2 things, right? We're going to address the diet part, which covers 70 to 80% of already what you're having inflammation today in your body. And we're also going to cover just a little bit on the environmental part. What are the things that we use? What are the things that we apply? Now, when people talk about detox, people are afraid of detox. They think that detox is very complicated. They think that detox is all about pills, supplements, and a lot of procedures. Well, if you look at detox, this is my definition of detox, right? Detox is unlike what most people think. On the diagram here that you can see on the left side, in fact, detox is just as simple as on the right side, right? What is on the right side here? The food you eat, your sleep, are you pooing daily? Are you exercising to sweat, right? And more importantly, I add on to what are you eating and using. Now, I'm going to share with you some of the most amazing 8 foods that are very good for your liver. So these are the 8 powerful ingredients that is so good for your liver. And I've also indicated some of the preparation method here. And of course, for me, for the beetroot, apart from these 2 methods here, I love to juice beetroot, right? Let's get into reading labels. So now I've classified basically into 3 colors: red, orange, and yellow. Ultimately, what you want is you want to look out for the green ones. But why I categorize into these 3 colors, so that at least if you can't, I want us to use something that is in the yellow color, not in the red, not in the orange. All right. So now what are we going to do here? Right. So I want you guys to take a good look here. All right. Now, these are the 10 chemicals that you need to avoid when you're buying your food. All right. So some of these names here, you may find it very familiar. Okay. Microwave popcorn is the worst thing, right? Because it contains this particular chemical that is really, really bad for your whole gut system and also for your brain. So parents, don't feed your children that. All right. And you can see, right? You got polysorbate, right? Shortening potassium bromide, right? All of these are the things that you want to cut out from your life. Okay. Now, the second one is, I want to go a bit in depth here. The question I always get is that, Mark, then if these foods are so bad, why are they even allowed in the first place by governments? Now, understand, different countries in the world have different regulations. Some countries are very, very tight on what chemicals are allowed on their food. For example, New Zealand is one of the cleanest company, not only as the place, but in terms of food that is allowed to be in there. You may not find many of the foods in New Zealand that has any of this. But there is another body, which is called GRAS. They are called as generally, recognized as safe. So I've summarized it for you, as you can see here, right? For ingredients to be basically, considered as GRAS, right? The company just need to hire an expert. The expert, as long as they're able to put a claim to say that, this substance is not harmful. There is no testing required by even FDA, right? FDA is one of the biggest body in the world, right? To test on food safety. And FDA will give you that approval. Only until your food, when a person eats and a person dies, then only they will start to remove that particular ingredient or chemical from the food. But until that, they will say that as long as it's a small amount, it is okay. This is then the orange color ones, which if you have family members or yourself with cancer, make sure when you buy food for your home, for your family members, avoid any of these ingredients here. Now, the ones in the blue moon ones that are okay to have are these yellow colored ones. They're not the best. They're not perfect, but these are okay to have once in a while. So now, did you know how much sugar is in your food? People always associate sugar with addiction only and weight gain. Well, unfortunately, it is not only that. If it's only that, what does it affect? I want to take a good look here. These are the 6 impact that it brings to you when you are taking refined sugar. Now, when I say refined sugar, I mean processed sugar. So don't get me wrong. Not all sugars are bad and not all sugar are created equal. What it does is that it expedites your aging. I want you to understand that why it's so important that you quit some of this refined sugar. Okay. Now, Coffee lovers, you might be eating right, you might be exercising, and you just wonder, why can't you lose weight? Here are the amount of sugar in your typical Starbucks coffee, right? Again, if you find it so hard to get off coffee, my recommendation is go for black coffee. That is the key. All right. For people who are drinking, technically, any form of sugary drinks like Coke, this is the amount of sugar that contains in your Coke. I know people will say, Mark, what about Coke Zero? Coke Zero has half of the sugar amount there, which I'm going to show you. They don't use the word sugar, and you think that there is no sugar. In fact, there's still sugar in there. The next one is energy drinks. Like, okay, so again, you have what you have here, Red Bull. This is the amount of sugar in your Red Bull. Does it cross your mind why after you drink a can of Red Bull, you suddenly are so energized one? Look at the amount of sugar. This is no joke, man. That's why a lot of people get diabetes. Okay. Now, this is your flavored yogurt. This is your typical strawberry, mango yogurt. All right. You got 4 teaspoons of that. Granola bars. All right. This is the brand that probably you guys will see a lot of it. It has 2 teaspoons of sugar. All right. So my point is, look at the food that you're eating today. Are there hidden sugar? A lot of times people find that it's so difficult to lose weight. Actually, it's very simple. You just got to cut away number one thing, sugar. It's not only for your weight, but also for your skin. So now let's talk about, apart from, Mark, I don't find the word sugar on my products. What about artificial sweeteners? This is something really fun that I want you guys to learn. All right. So now these are the artificial sweeteners or sugar that is technically approved by FDA. But let me be clear here. Although it is approved, means it's safe for consumption, but that doesn't mean it has the lowest sugar content. How bad can this be, Mark? This is one of the sweeteners that you want to avoid, SACCHARIN. 200 to 700 times, guys. It's times by 100, right? Sweeter than your white refined sugar. This is often used in your fruit juices and highly processed food. Have you seen this brand Equal in your supermarket? See, what is safe declared by FDA may not necessarily mean it is healthy. You're going to eat this every day or even a few times a week. What happens after 5, 10 years, 15 years? Diabetes, cancer, many other health conditions may arise. Now, let me show you another one. This is quite interesting as well. It's like ACESULFAME. It is 200 times sweeter than your normal white sugar. So you find this in your baked goods and also in your candies. You will probably find this particular brand there. All right. Now, let's go to another one. This one requires no introduction. Aspartame, 200 times sweeter than your white table sugar used in your sodas, your chewing gum, and also your instant coffee, and more importantly, in your dairy replacement, which is your sweetener for coffee mate or your tea as well, right? Which most of us actually do consume this, right? And another one is sucralose, right? There are many brands out there. Of course, you see the brand Equal. Equal dominates all of these artificial sweeteners. They are like the monopoly here. All right, so these are used in your frozen fruits, gelatines, baked goods. It's 600 times, guys, 600 times sweeter than your typical white table sugar. Now, of course, I have here the last 3, right? Neotame. This is 13,000 times maximum level. And of course, you have here Advantame, 20,000 sweeter. This is used also as a flavor enhancer. And finally, Stevia Extract. When you guys buy Stevia Extracts, a lot of companies, MLMs, are selling you those small little bottles that they tell you is healthy to drip it in your drinks. What you want to look out for is the one that the ingredient is on the first. Means that is the main ingredient it's made of, and look for the word organic, right? So I just want you guys to be very, very careful on this part here. If you don't see that, you're not buying technically an original Stevia Extract, all right? And of course here, what I just want to summarize is that, again, what is safe for consumption may not necessarily mean it is healthy and it is safe in the long run. Like I said, until somebody is able to trace back that your condition is due to that isolated ingredient, then the FDA and the health ministers will ban that. But until that, is so hard to trace back that that is the culprit, because there are so many different chemicals that we are injecting into our body through our food every single day. So all I'm asking you to do is this: if you can eliminate, which we can, I've done it, it's possible, keep your food real, great. If you can't avoid it, minimize it. So what a healthy sauce you can make, guys. Okay, let me just jump into it. Those that still enjoy sweetened beverage, just drink your cold press or drink kombucha. If you want that gassy effect, drink kombucha. But make sure don't buy kombucha that are not freshly brewed. Always look out, because there are a lot of kombuchas in the US. If you guys go to the US, they actually pump with CO2 and they do not go through that full fermentation process. So means technically the bacteria did not even have a chance to grow. They basically expedite the whole process. It's as good as you're drinking Coke, right? So in Singapore, you have good kombucha brewers. In Malaysia as well, in fact, you guys have a lot. These are the ones that are okay to drink, all right? But make sure they're not using white sugar to do the fermentation. If they're using honey, boom, that is a good fermenter that you should buy from, okay? Energy drinks, guarana. This is a very powerful herb that is used widely in a lot of energy drinks, a lot of energy enhancers. It is a herb that you can actually buy online. Really great, not only to boost your energy, also your concentration, parents. Very good to put it into your soup, you know, for yourself. If you got long days, you're getting tired, your children is having exams, guarana is a very powerful herb. You can buy it in the powder form that you can add small little spoons into your juices, your smoothies, and even into your soups. Nature Valley, right? Sugar content is still high. Successful marketing. They make you feel like it is healthy, but it is not. Just make yourself your own protein ball. On the left side, this cornflakes brand. This cereal brand is not as healthy as you thought. Replace it with pure oats. These are the three things you should have where? In your home, in your kitchen. For employers, you should have these three things in your pantry for your employees. So what are the three things here, guys? Coconut palm sugar, very good. All right, not only it is low in GI, which is safe for people with diabetes if you are consuming it at the right amount, it contains different minerals, vitamins, all right, such as all of these amazing things: iron, zinc, calcium, potassium, right? It's not just isolation of sugar. It contains many sorts of other amazing minerals. Number two, my all-time favorite, raw honey. But make sure that you are getting raw honey. This is good, but please do not give to any toddlers or infants below the age of 1. I colored that in red because it can be very strong for them and it can be very dangerous. Just FYI, if you do not know, especially we got new grandparents here, some of you are new parents, don't feed your baby that is below 1 year old honey. All right. Okay. Number 3. This one, our Muslim friends here are definitely a common fan of dates. MEDJOOL dates in particular, they are amazing, right? So it contains different form of vitamins as well. As you all can see the screen. It has fiber, it has potassium. It's really good when you are fasting. It's also really good if in the morning you wake up, you are not having the appetite to eat, but you just want some energy. You can just eat 1 or 2 dates. That's my recommendation, nothing more than that. It will instantly energize you. Something that I used to carry with me when I'm traveling around as well to constantly keep me energized. All right.